Hi guys, so Boris Johnson may be in a bit of bother with his own party. According to internal polling, nearly half of Conservative Party members would prefer Rishi Sunak as leader. YouGov conducted a survey of members, and about a third of them think Boris Johnson should stand down. Nearly 4 in 10 think that he's doing a bad job at the moment. The results are based on 1,000 Tory members from the end of December to the 6th of January. The polls also say that while Johnson was extremely popular in 2020, that support has dropped significantly. Party members were questioned whether Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor, or Foreign Secretary Liz Truss would be a better prospect for number 10. To the question, do you think Rishi Sunak would be better as Tory leader than Boris Johnson? We can see 46% said better, 16% said worse, and 30% said the same. Something that was helping Johnson until recently was the idea that he was a vote winner. We've seen a string of by-elections prove the opposite though. To the question, do you think Boris Johnson is doing well as Tory leader? It looked pretty good at 61% saying well to 38% saying badly. However, the problem with this is that back in July 2020, the former score stood at 85%, while his polling for badly was just 5%. Now, the next question I found extremely funny. It says, can Boris Johnson be trusted to tell the truth? 45% said can be trusted, 39% cannot be trusted, and 16% said they don't know. Who are these 45%? Do they live in the same reality as the rest of us? I don't think even Boris Johnson would put himself in that group. 16% don't know. The less said about those people, the better, I think. When it came to Liz Truss, who does better with men than women for some strange reason, the question was, do you think Liz Truss would be better as Tory leader than Boris Johnson? 39% said better, 22% said worse, and 27% said the same. Clearly not good news for Truss. She has tried to position herself as a possible replacement for Boris Johnson, and while the numbers aren't terrible, they aren't great either. What would sink her further is Brexit. However, she has been clever to follow in the same footsteps as her predecessor, Lord Frost. What I mean by this is avoiding interviews. As soon as she speaks about Brexit, she'll be in trouble. Frost would never speak to Andrew Marr or, God forbid, James O'Brien, so I imagine Truss will do the same. All her communications will be behind paywalls at the Telegraph. Sunak is popular with the public over the furlough scheme, but we're talking about internal voting here. Sunak is popular also within the party. He's seen as someone who will punish the poor without flinching, and this is gold to Tory party supporters. I've said before, if I was a betting man, I would put my money on Sunak to replace Boris Johnson, and it may happen sooner than we think. The recent high-profile by-election losses and many council seats that have switched to Labour, the Lib Dems and other parties is taking its toll on the Conservative Party, and the tolerance for Boris Johnson is wearing thin. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.